to manage a database, to connect to that to connect to basically it's used to connect to my computer's database, so that I can basically work with any kind of data that's saved on my drive. This is basically
Okay,
the connector.
a little bit you are right, but it is used for SQL Server connectivity for SQL Server servers management studio. So it actually connects with the servers, okay, where their data are. So it you can also say in other words that it connects with the databases,
Okay,
and we can manage. This is used for managing those databases. So you can access through this one.
got it.
Okay. Okay. So you can write queries over there. You can play with that SQL Server through this management studio.
Got it. Okay.
If you remember, we also downloaded and installed the SQL Server. Okay, our SQL Server is a separate thing that we installed, and we are using our system as a SQL Server, which over here we just pick the name. This is the summary that we last, so you have the idea. So the Rafi was the is your domain or your system name. So we are actually currently we are accessing this server.
Right.
Okay, so just connect it.
Okay. Connected.
Yes. Okay. If you remember, there were all these were the default things. So what we have done yesterday, if you remember, we have in the databases. If you see over there, we created a database. Can you identify that one? Which one we created? Because these all
Yes.
things are default. Okay. So one we have done. Yesterday, I have shared a data with you, and you created a database. Can you name that database and
Yes.
identify where it is?
Um, I created GSS yesterday.
Yes, okay, you are right. So this is the database that we created. So how we created it? We just right click over here. There are many ways you can also create with the queries, but right clicking on this one, and we created a new database. Okay, and
Right.
after that database, from where we added the data in it. Can you identify that thing? Which option we use to add the data in the GSS database? No, no. Through this one, we created the database. But after that, if you click on this one plus over here, you will see you have a table over here as well. So you how you added that table? Can you remember that one?
Through the gss.dbo.GSS database. This DBO, I don't know where this came from, honestly. I think you gave it to me. You gave it to me.
Yeah. So I gave you data in the Excel form, in the
Right.
CSV form, which we can also say as the flat file. So I
Right.
gave you the flat file. Okay, you
Right.
imported that flat file in this database. I'm just asking that how you imported that flat file in this database. So that the flat file, just to let you know, you named it as dbo.gss. Okay, so this is the file that you imported over here. So how you imported it, I just want to check that you remember that thing or not. Can you identify that how you imported that GSS file, flat file from your computer to this database that is called GSS?
Um,
That was if you right click on it, Don't worry. If you right click on, maybe you got remember over here. No, you right click on GSS database. Yes. So which option was that where you got that flat file? So flat file must be there if you see. Check
I
one
know
by
it
one.
wasn't Azure, it wasn't PowerShell. I know that.
It was tasks. If you check over there, the second one. Yes. And then this was the option. Where is it? Import flat file.
That one.
Okay. If you click over there,
And
you
the
have the
flat
option.
file is basically what you sent to me, the GSS thing that you sent to me, right?
Yes, .csv comma separated file is the basic file in terms of databases. If you can also check over what ChatGPT says, so you must know these things that what are the files. So basic file that in which data is stored, that is comma separated file, or we also call it flat file.
Got
Okay,
it.
it is in the form of if you see the notepad file or text file where everything is every column is separated with the comma. Okay, and
Mhm.
when we import it, we can see it in the notepad as well as we can see it in the Excel. Okay,
Got
and
it.
it don't have those calculations or those kind of things. It has only data.
Got it. Okay, I have a question. So how long can you meet right now? Till what time?
It's I told you we can meet till 3 and
Okay.
maybe half or more than that. So we
3:30?
have 3:30 maximum by 3:30, but I think 1.5 hour is almost with me from my side.
Okay.
But if you want, we can go half hour extra till 3:30 of yours. Okay, it's 1:38, so we can have a 2 hour session maximum.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
So, any question from this? What we have learned so far?
No.
Okay. Then after that one, after importing this flat file and loading the data in our new created database, that is GSS, we have imported that table that is called dbo.gss. Okay.
Hmm.
So after that one, we wrote some queries, and I also told you how to write the code and write how to write the comments. Have you saved that file or not?
Yeah, I have it saved. Well, actually, the one from yesterday, maybe not.
Can you check, please?
I mean, I have the one that you gave me.
Yes, this is the flat file. If you see over here, its extension is .csv.
Hmm.
Right click on this one and see its extension, GSS extension, properties. So this is, if you see over, this is comma separated value file. Okay, so
Hmm.
basic file it is.
Yes.
You can open it in, if you open it in the notepad, you will see also that it can be opened in the notepad and everything is in the, if you see over.
For my business analyst job because I just got laid off and fired from Pilot, period. Now I'm trying to get a job in Austin, Texas as a business analyst, period. I know one of the most common things that they ask for is SQL to be the skill set, period. Right now I'm studying with my coach. His name is Abdul Hannan, as you know, and I'm trying to learn as many things as I can about SQL so that I can pass these interviews, period. So given what you know about me and my resume and everything that I've told you about me so far, can you tell me what will be the most common questions that interviewers will ask me for these kind of business analyst jobs about SQL servers and things like that that I need to know to make sure that I can answer these questions, Beard? Give me the questions and also give me the responses also based on everything that you know about me and my resume, which I'll share with you again here.
So from here we may have like, so these inner join and outer join, these are uh, a bit of advanced things. We will not start from this one. Go down.
Yeah, one second. Let me just kind of skim through what it's saying also. Inner join, left outer join, right join, full join.
Okay, we will cover these things as well in the coming session. Okay. Once you have some good with, so inner join or outer join, when we play with different sources, data sources that are connected through primary key and secondary key.
It's basically when you're putting tables together, right? And basically telling it to like join the inner sides of the table or the outer sides.
Exactly,
If you had
exactly.
two
So
tables next to each other and you want to take the column, the furthest leftmost column and join it to the furthest
no,
uh
no, it's not. It's not like that.
uh
It's based on a primary key. So it joins uh, as we define the key over there. So it joins those columns based on that key. So before that one, we have to make some connections as well,
okay.
as we discuss in the Power BI as well. So this is something advanced. Second level, we will see that one. See if so. If you see over here, uh, to optimize a query, I would how you optimize a query. Use appropriate indexes like where, join, order by, avoid using select all by specifying only the necessary columns. Okay, these are the as you see, we have used this one slash a select asterisk means select all. This is for all. So he is saying over here that you use the optimize query. Optimize query means reduce the data load by selecting top. So we have used the a select statement. If you remember, select top 100. Do you remember that? Then after
Yeah.
that one, we use this one select asterisk. So our data is flat file and it has 50,000 rows, but the data on the servers and the customer, they may have millions and trillion rows. So based on that one, you use to make the optimized query. So this is best practice that you use only the necessary columns or necessary rows based on some, like you use this one group by, or group by means that you are summarizing those things based on your requirement. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then there is sub queries and CT common table expression to break down complex queries into simple, more readable chunk. Sub queries, common table expressions. It may be referring to that one that we use sub queries, like we write the code in a manner that it is understandable. Okay, next thing is avoid distinct and group by if they are not needy, as they can increase processing time. So these queries make load. Okay, we have used this one distinct. Okay, do you remember this one? Distinct count we have used yesterday. So this was this for the best. They are not recommended for so that they don't put load over there. Okay.
Okay.
Then there is analyze the query execution plan using the tools like Seeker or explain MySQL to identify. Go down. What other what it also says. Acha. What is the window function and how would you use it? Okay, what is this one?
Yeah, these are complicated things actually, very advanced. I know about this window. I've been asked these questions many times actually in these interviews. They've asked me about joins, log functions, window functions, and I gave them ChatGPT answers, but I don't really understand any of it.
So window function performs calculation across a set of stable data related to without collapsing the sum read. do, like aggregate. It is often used for running totals, ranking, and what does it say?
Abdul, 1 second, 1 second. I'm getting a recruiter call. 1 second.
Okay.
Richard Kumar, recruiter. Hey, Richard. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, hi, sorry I called you again.
No, no worries.
Yeah, actually, I have some confusion.
Yes, go ahead.
You send me your resume, right?
Right.
The one resume I have in our system. Senior business analyst. Give me
This one, if you see over here, so this is the order date, how they are shipped over, and shipping mode is first class, second class. So this is like, if you can say, but in other words, we have e-commerce data,
Mm-hmm.
some kind of. So these are the subcategories. If you have in the furniture, there are chairs or tables, and then product name is over there. So you can come, have this idea in when the interview that you worked with this data, like having this these things sailed over the period of time, and how you analyze those things year on year. You have the idea of year on year analysis and month on month.
Got it.
Do you have the idea of year on year growth, month on month analysis, and quarter on quarter analysis for this kind of data?
Yeah, I know what year over year data means. Year over year means like, what happened from last year to this year to next year, etc.
Okay. So that purpose is, if we are today is like 8th of October. So what will be the year on year? How for which, from last year data, from which date to which date we will take that data to have the ample comparison? Do you know, have the idea? Or we will take the last year whole data and we will compare it with the, because in the current year we only have data from January 1st to our current date, no data from the coming days.
Mhm.
So how we will compare the year on year if someone asks you?
If you want to compare the year over year, how will you compare if you don't have last year's data, you're saying?
No, from current year we have the missing data of last 2 months or 3 months.
Well, then you would then start, 2 months before. So if like right now, let's just say right now it's October, we don't have data for October and September, and you want to do a year over year analysis, you would just basically do from say like August of 2023 until August of 2024 and do that analysis instead of counting these two additional
So
months that came
basically,
out.
it is not this way. This way, this is not done in this way. Okay, what we do over the year in our analysis, what is the practice? Practice is like, we compare from 1st January, 1st Jan, 1st Jan to 2024 till today. Okay,
Mhm.
so you can
Year to
say
date.
it like, okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're saying you do year to date.
Yes,
Take
year to
year to
date,
date.
we will. Yes, we will take for this one, this year, current year. This is current year. Okay. So this is
Mhm.
current year and this is the previous year. So previous year, you will also, what you will do, you will make a date that is parallel to today. So like, if today is 8th October 24, then you will have data of 8th October 23. So
Mhm.
what you will do, you will compare the 1st January data of our sales of 1st January 2023 till 8th October of 2023, and you will compare these. Okay, You are getting the idea. Year to date data will be compared to the last year to that date, which is actually today. So this
Mm-hmm.
is the you don't take 12 months and then the previous 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the running year, if you are you have only 3 months spent, so we will be comparing the 3 months with the last year 3 months. If we are in the 11th month, so for current 11th month, we will compare the data of last 11th month. So that will be the ample to ample comparison.
Got it. Okay.
Got it? So
Yeah.
you can notice. Similarly, for the this also goes for our month on month. For example, if we are in the 15th of October, so how you will compare the with the last month? Because last month we have data of 30 days, but for current month we have only 15 days. So how you will compare that one?
Repeat the question one more time. Didn't quite understand it.
So
If
how
you don't
you
mind.
will compare? You will do the month on month, keeping this same logic, month on month. How you will do that one? If we are currently we have 15 October today, and we have 15 days data for current month. How you will do this one?
By taking the data points that we do have and just making a predictive analysis by like predicting what might happen if the trend continued.
No, the predictive analysis for month on month means that we are comparing that last month sales. Currently, we are what we are month on month means that what were the last month sales and what are the current month sales. So it has decreased or it has increased. So this is like to we compare this thing month on month means that thing. So
Okay, so
same logic goes for this month. So we will take the 15 days from here and 15 days sales from October, and we will compare this one with the 15 days sales from the last month, from first to 15. We will not
right.
compare the whole sales, or we will not take average of the thing or these kind of things.
That's what I
To
was saying
make
when I was the same thing I was saying earlier, right? If you didn't have data for the last couple of months and you want to compare this year to last year, you would just take, you know, the different time frame instead. So if we only had data for this month till January to August, and last year we have from January till December, we would just do the analysis by doing last year January to August compared to this year January to August, right?
exactly
We
January
would
to
just
August.
simply not include the missing months for both years,
For
right?
last year, it may be if is not in the last year, it is not like you started later on, but ongoing businesses, there is no data missing. We only miss the data like the coming days. That's it. Like if we are in the month and we today is the 15th October, so we are for current month we have only for 15 days. So what we will do the 15 days analysis with the last month first 15 days.
Right.
If we are on the 25th of current month, then we will what we will do, we will take the 25 days for this month and same 25 days for last month. Same goes for the quarter, same goes for the year on year.
Got
But
it.
from last year as well, we will start from if we are in the first second month, so we will only go for January February data of current month, and we will compare it with the January February data of last month. Okay, so
Yes,
this
got
is
it.
basic practice. So this can be analyzed over here with this one, and but the course I give, if you remember, the Power BI we started at the end in the DAX function. So we use these things. So
Hmm.
we make a dynamic formula. We write dynamic formula which calculate this thing automatically. So if you add some days after that, because you are just refreshing this one, So we design or we write the code as such that it automatically updates according to that. You are getting my point. So if running days, like you press refresh button. So we made the report in February, but now it's October. So what it will do, it will take the data from 1st January year to date for till October, and it will compare the with the last year data, same window. You getting my point?
Yeah, like
Automatically.
yes, yeah.
So I can show that can also I can show if it is available over here and what code I have written over here, because that will take time to you like how you will check this one. For this one, if you see over here, let's do some exercise for this one. So open this Excel and let you calculate what is the monthly sales for last years. So if you have, can you apply a filter over here? Order date.
Ow.
Take this first row and go to the data. Apply these filters. No, take the whole row. So you apply filter on all the row. If you remember that this is column, you are selecting the first row. Row is the horizontal one. Yes, this one. Now apply this one. Okay, just get over here, drag down, check this one. So if you see over here, this is the data is from 2020 to 2023. So we have 4 year data over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can make a pivot table of this whole, and we can see what is the sales for 2023, 2022, and 2021 to just have analysis. So this is a basic generic analysis, not year on year or that kind of thing. So can you do that by using the pivot table? I want the sales of 2020, 2021, and 2022 and 2023. That's it. Can you do that for me using Excel and pivot table? I think we have learned this thing in the initial lectures. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember that anymore.
Do you have the idea of pivot tables?
I mean, I remember making some tables with you, but I don't really remember any of the details of how we made those or anything like that. It's gone.
Okay, then guess how we can calculate from this data that what's the total sales in 2020. So how you will do that? Say someone has said you that this is the data. Can you tell me what is the sales of 2020 for year 20? What orders came in 2020? What is the total sales?
Got it. So I would first of all extract all the sales numbers for 2020. So I would, what column is this? Order date. So I would
Yes.
basically filter this from maybe like, I don't know, some way.
Yeah,
Just
this is the
say,
simple. This is the simplest way. Just uncheck other one and just take the 2020.
it's doing that because I would just do all the ones that are 2020. I would
Yes.
extract them onto a
There is a-
separate sheet and then I would just add them all up. So how I would do that is,
Okay, that's a good. So this is the what's your understanding. So there are multiple ways. The basic way is instead of going and copying it to the next one, you can filter over here the 2020, and you can just check this row what is, and the total will come over here. You can just on the go you can tell that 2020 is for this one. So do
okay.
that one.
Okay, so I would define the 2020. Let me see.
No, not that way. Just go to the filter. These filters are very powerful that you have applied on the top of that one.
So I need to do the filter on the row, right?
Yes, the top row where that is the header. So actually, what is problem over here, Rafi? If you don't mind, let me tell you that actually you go with the different things. So that's why I think you, because this is the very basic. If you don't remember this thing, you will learn SQL, you will learn Power BI, you will not be able to actually do analysis on those tools if you don't know the how to handle the data. So
Mm-hmm.
this is very basic, like if you see over here you are now you are doing it right because we have learned this maybe you, if you remember we had 2 or 3 classes of excel, so in
Mm-hmm.
that one we did this thing, but currently you are nowhere that you can do how you can make a simple table. So okay, so
Yeah.
like if you focus on one thing then you will be more uh, that will be more beneficial for you.
Okay, then let's just focus on this spreadsheet stuff.
Okay, so by
But with
this you
SQL
will.
and that kind of stuff, I need to be able to do some of it because I need to. So there's two things here. The first thing is me actually learning it and being able to do it. But even more importantly than that is that I need to be able to talk about it, right? Even if I don't know anything about SQL and I can talk about SQL, I can still land my job. And then once I land the job, I can later learn SQL. So even though I know what you're
You
saying
are
that I need
right.
to understand the
You are right.
rudimentary
Just
components,
a point over here. Just a
yes.
point over here. You are right, yeah, that you can just if you turn and you talk much better than if you have handled that thing that your recruiter, if he has asked me for this one, I will be confused for he was asking that you have to choose which one I have to use. So I will maybe, but you have done like you have that put question answer that one very beautifully, that you have done something in the recent what you can say recent project and you have added that one, so it kills everything that you have updated those things
Right.
if it is not matching. So in that purpose you are good, so it is good. But if the basics are not, then if you say the Power BI, so Power BI basic are like SQL basic. So this is the basic. If you don't understand the data and you cannot play with the data when it is real in it is like it is in front of you, then how you can play with it in these kind of tools where you don't see the data, you are just imagining it, and on those imagination you are writing code over here, you are making visualizations over here. So this is the point.
What I was
Can
saying
you
is that,
understand?
yes, what I was
Yes.
saying is that we should definitely start with this Excel spreadsheet stuff as our actual learning things, like, right, things that I actually need to learn so I can do it in my job. But I still have to practice with you SQL, Power BI, those kind of things so that I can talk about those things, right? So for example, in these previous
So
interviews,
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So what I'm trying to do now, let me tell you my strategy.
sure.
So I will what we will be doing in the SQL or Power BI. I'm just going to imagine that thing that you do over here. So you make it see over here happening. So if you don't have these tools, other than that, you may be able to do that one in Excel. You are getting my point. So SQL, what SQL is doing? SQL is playing with the data that is in the server. So you cannot see the server data like these spreadsheets.
Mm,
This is the point, no? That you in the SQL you cannot see those. So what SQL, by playing with these queries you can extract that data. Like you just said that I can copy the 2020 data and paste it over somewhere else. So in SQL, what you do, use select statement to pick those 2020 data only.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the point. So if you know how to make it in the where we have the data physically over here, and you are copying that one, and you know how to deal this with things, then while writing the queries over here or visualization, you have better idea. So we will see, we will also do this same analysis like 2020 sales, we will see over there as well in the
Right.
SQL. Let's try this thing, okay? So we will see first in the Excel, and we will again implement in SQL, and we will compare those results.
Right. Well, what I was going to finish up with that is that as far as learning the material, being like
Okay.
practically being able to use it, I think agree with you that we should start with Excel. It's the basic rudimentary building blocks. But I still want you to expose me to Power BI, SQL, and those kind of things enough to where I can talk about it in the interviews. For example, in my previous interviews, whenever they asked me things about SQL, it was enough for me to just simply say, yes, I know there's some basics of SQL. I know how to write some basic queries to pull things from the database. I know how to do some basic calculations. I can do inner, outer, left, and right joins. However, my experience with SQL typically is going to end when it comes to like window functions and log functions. Those are things that I'm not too comfortable with, but everything else in between I can do. Just being able to mention these in terms like inner, outer, left, and right joins was enough to convince the recruiter that I knew SQL. Does that make sense? Even though I have no idea what is inner join or what is outer join, I don't know anything, but I know the terminology and I know the basics of what the correct things to say to make them think that okay, if this guy knows what is an inner join, surely he knows SQL. Does that make sense? So it's all about being able to like BS my way through the interviews. For that purpose, that's what I'm saying to you is that give me exposure to those tools and terminologies and things like that, so I have at least some talking points about it when I do the interviews. And then me and you can
Okay,
continue learning these
got it. We
things.
will do that one. So I got your idea. So that is good. You said it right that if you can talk about that thing, but what I am just focusing in parallel that you also have the idea of basics. So
Right.
if your basics are, then you will be more comfortable with this thing. If on the slot maybe they give you some like this thing. If I have a client previously from a UK that was also an Indian. So she gave me the exercise of Excel that the recruiter gave her. So I solved that one, and on the base of that one, she got the job.
Right.
But this happens that you get the job, but on the job you suffers a lot if you don't have the idea. So what my focus is that you from me at least you got these things idea, and we will definitely jump to the sequel. So I what I'm saying over here, just practice those things. So we analyze this thing over here and see the data, giving the numbers in the Excel.
Mm-hmm.
So you will more comfortable when you will be writing the queries in the SQL. And
Right.
after that one, and in the next class, I will prepare that data like multiple tables that are related to each other. So we will, what is your focus point? So this is for simple one. Like the basic queries we can write on this database because this is a single table.
Okay.
So we can what we can write, we can analyze these things over there, and we can filter something, or we can make the summary of this one in the SQL. Okay, writing the queries, we can summarize these things that how many are furniture, how many we can group by these things. Okay, we can
Right.
also filter some columns, and we can see over there those kind of we can do with this table. But for the inner join or outer join, we have to must have multiple tables over there, so we can apply. So for that one, we will make another database. Okay, so that
Okay.
will definitely in the coming lecture we will cover inner, outer, and those kind of things. And for the window function, I just also not I have not used that one because I am also not the regular user of SQL. I'm regular user of Power BI, Excel, and Google Sheet, not SQL. I'm also learning it from the last 3 months. So that's why I will also figure that one, the Windows function. Okay. I am
Okay.
not comfortable. But the inner join, outer join, and the, playing with the simple queries, we will definitely. So let's try. So the question arose today that I asked you. So what will be the what are the 2020 sales total? Can you sum those one? You have filtered 2020, I think, from the order date. Can you check on the top row and you go up? Go to the yes. So you have filtered, I think. Now you, if you uh, check this V column, you will have those sum over here for the whole one. You can also tell that this is the total sum of sales in the 2020. Can you select this V column?
Select the V column, you said?
Yes, we want. What was the question? Our question was that what are the total sales? Sorry,
Right.
these are not the sales. This is the profit. Where is sales? Sales is in the
Uh,
in some. Yes, this one. So what are the total sales? If you see over here, this is the total sales.
oh, it shows you the sum at the bottom. Okay, nice. 22,
So it's 22 million.
20 million, yeah.
So if you, I say, what is the sales in 2021? How you will do that?
I will filter for 2021 on here and then select all the rows that correspond to 2021 and then see the sum here
Can you tell me how many millions are that one?
for 2021.
Yes, for 2021. So I
Um,
just wrote it that for 2020 it's around 22 million, and for 2023,
you want to know for 2021, right?
okay, 2021. Sorry, 2020 we have written it. 2021.
Oh, when you select the filter, it just takes away all the other ones. Oh, nice. That would be
26 million.
20.
What is 2022 for 2022?
Hold on one second. It's actually not 26 million. It's actually 2.6 million.
Okay, 2.6. I have written that. That was 22 million for 2020, and 2021 is 2.6 million.
No,
What
the
is
other one
for
was not
20?
22 million. It was 2.2 million. We're reading the numbers wrong. It's one, two, three
Okay,
digits, one, two, three digits, and then the last one. So it's 2.6 million. The other one was 2.2 million.
okay, we will see this when we will summarize this in the Power, sorry, SQL, and we will summarize this thing over here as well. Okay, just go for,
The
just check
average
for
shows you the
20
average of all these numbers, basically, right?
exactly, and count is the total number of rows that are number of entries over there.
Mm.
If you see over there, for previous one is what maybe 20,000. For 2021, there are less count. And just filter the 2022.
Sorry.
2022.
Okay.
One more year, then we will do it another way. We will.
It was 3.4 million. What is this?
So this is 3.4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now select all the data. Just remove those filters. You can press the filter and remove all the filters.
Okay.
Okay. Control all. Select all the data. Go to the insert. Pivot table. Click over here. Pivot table. Click on that one. Okay, so it has took the range is like from A to X, so it is taking the A column to X column. Okay, press OK. So range it has took because we have selected everything. Okay, if you see over here, these are the headers. Okay, bring those order date over here in the rows. Or order date, we were taking this one where we have applied filter order date and bring it to the rows. Okay, now bring the sales over here, in the values. What do you say about this? 2.2, 2.6, and 3.4. And the fourth one is 4.2. You can make the table, make the graph from this one. Then you have also, if you click on this, you can also have the quarterly analysis of that one. So this is very simple. When you, if data is okay, data is correct, you can give this answer by other than selecting. You just know how to apply that pivot table, you can give these answers. So in our business, for the days to day routine, most of the people only using this Excel, they are working very good. For SQL over here is also very less to pull the data. After pulling the data, if the data is not as of the like customers and maybe of the million or trillion rows, then if it is limited data, then using this pivot table, they are making all the summaries.
Okay.
Okay. So you got the idea what is this environment is, this is the pivot table. So you can also tell this about this thing. Maybe they can ask that you can make the pivot tables, you can make the pivot tables, you can prepare this one. So what is this? If you want to see categories over here, so for each categories or each any, if you want to see some other like field, you can put in the column. You will see over this the whole number will be distributed here on those things. Like if you see in the data which subcategory get this category over here, category in the column, where it is gone, category you have selected it and it goes to the,
Drag it over to the values or what?
so it came over here. If you press over here, the whole category will be in there. I don't want this one. No, where are the category? In the Q1, there will be category. Check for that one.
Q.
No, from here. If you press the this key, then for quarter one, you see January, February. I think there is none. Because bring this category over here in the columns from here to here. Yes. So now you see over there. This whole number is subdivided to all the categories. Okay, you can analyze by this thing. For 2020, in furniture was sales were this one. For 2021, this is this number, and 2020 for this number. So this is how you analyze this thing. Okay.
Okay.
So let's move to the let it open over here. You go to your uh, database. Sorry, SQL. Let's write some query over there and check these numbers, how we can pull that one or summarize those things.
Okay.
So how we will write the new query? Which option to take that query editor? New query over here, if you remember.
New query. Okay.
So can you remember in your mind that what we have done yesterday, uh, what we have written? Can you recall some of those?
We collect. We made like select and from.
Exactly. Select
And
from and
and we basically selected from a database and we selected from a certain data set range, and we pulled certain data, we selected certain data, and then we populated that data, and we didn't really do any calculations to it really yesterday, I don't think.
Only we use a one query of distinct. We calculated the how many customers were there and how many countries were there, if you remember, how many regions were there, like these kind of things.
Okay.
Okay, so we started with the if you remember, we started with this static and that thing. So we write code over by using these kind of things, and we end this one. Everything in between cannot be executed. So that was the first thing, and after that part, we can also, if you write that query as well, select all, select, write that query, select space. So I want to see all the data that is from this table. How you will write that one? Select
All
for all. We use asterisk from where space from.
GSS.
Yes, first write from. Your from is missing over there. Okay, GSS.
Like that.
Yes, dot GSS.
What is this gss.dbo.GSS? Like what
I
exactly is
told it
it?
yesterday as well that this is the uh, name of the table, and in this name, this first one is database name. So what will be the database name that will be written over here? So gss.dbo.gss is this table name. So this total is calculation of one is database, okay, and other is table, okay. So in
Mhm.
this database dot this table. Okay, so this is what. So you are selecting all from this database dot table. Got the idea?
Yeah.
Now I think you will not forget this thing.
Yeah. So the first GSS is basically the name of the database, and the second one, uh,
Is the name of the table?
dbo.gss is the name of the table specifically within that database.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, run it. Execute this one. You see, all the data is over here.
Yeah.
Then what? Select top 10 from. If you write over here top 10.
Next line, right?
If you want to next line, then you can make this as command. So this query do not run. If you remember, multiple queries, multiple windows will come over here. Okay. So this query is one query that will, if you will make some 14 queries, every query will be running over there, and every window we will be opening over here for every each and every query. What we can do, there are two ways. We can select any query and press execute, or we can make these as command. And I told you this one that how we can make this command. You can place two dash before this line. This will be made as the not dash simple, what you can say, it is after the zero. Yes, if you see, no, this query will not be executed. This is command.
Mhm.
Another way is like that I told you earlier, that this put this one and you write some commands or some theory over here and you write this one. So this is also a way. And second way is that just you put before that line will not be executed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the second line, write the other theory. Select top 10 rows.
So like top 10 rows.
Yes. We don't want the all of data, this 50,000 rows. We only want the top 10 rows. How we will select that one? No. Before the from, we will write this top 10 rows. Yes. Not the rows top 10 from, if you top 10.
That's it.
Yes.
So this, is there any structure to how we're writing the commands, or can I just write whatever I wanted to do, like anything? Like, I guess,
No,
how do I learn like what to write if it's not giving me the formulas, like expressions, like Excel just populates them and I just pick one.
so if you go to the, like, if you want to have some, you can ask that ChatGPT. It will give you all those structures how to write this query. So this is like you will start this one from select, then what you want to select. Okay, so this is what, then from, and then you will be asking that thing like from where. Okay, so in between, then the query changes, like when there are other queries, like we will be using the other queries which have like distinct. So what we will do, select, and then we will apply sum or count. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
at the end we will write from what. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the same structure. It starts with select, then we have what we want to do over there. Okay, then from where, at the end we give it the table name. But when we go to the advanced, we what we do, we have multiple structure, like uh, we also use some function over here. Instead of that table, we also use select statement over here. Like we select the top 10 thousand rows, and we do this one. Okay, we do analysis on that one. We will do that, but just write some queries, you will have the idea. So today you will save this as well. Okay,
Okay. So then now I click this and run it, execute it.
no, run the whole query. You are only telling it top 10 from what, from where.
From the database.
Yes, the same table. I think top 10 rows from, write the rows as well, or see if there is.
Row or rows?
I think there is. Give me minutes. Like, that was not the problem.
Fix this query for me.
So if you see over there, top 10 all, you are not specifying the columns. Okay, so we have to write that column.
Select from top 10, and then the asterisk means what? The whole table?
All columns. Instead of that one, you can write those specific columns over there. If you want to drag 2 or 3 columns, you will write those uh, in the parentheses, in the
Like
brackets.
top 10, and then the asterisk means what? Row?
Asterisk means all top 10. 10 means top 10 rows. Okay, 10 rows will come over there. And asterisk
How
means
does
the
it know that
all
it's top 10
column.
rows and not columns? How does it know that?
Sorry?
How does SQL know that I'm talking about the top 10 rows and not columns?
Because this is the syntax. These top 10, these are the rows. Okay. And asterisk is all the columns. Columns mean that asterisk means these are the. So asterisk means the all fields. You can also see that these are the fields. Asterisk, instead of asterisk, you write some these fields, then those will come. Like, do you write order date, underscore date, and ship date? These two will come over there only. Just change this code, remove this asterisk.
Remove the what? Asterisk?
Yes, asterisk. And no, and no, right, in the bracket. In bracket, write the header name. One was order underscore date, ORD, or order underscore date, bracket close, comma, comma. Uh, Maybe some other was country in the parenthesis. Run it. If you see over here, the two columns over here. Static, all columns, no two columns. How many columns you name over there, those will come over here. Okay, if there are 20. So other than that, you can also have order ID or those kind of things.
So it's
Now you got
showing
the
that
idea?
basically it's just showing the top 10 rows and the
Yes,
two columns that we just selected.
exactly. So this is actually what we do. We are seeing this GSS data because we have a flat file and we are seeing over here. But when we do with the actual, when we deal with the actual database, okay, so that is on your system and somewhere else. We cannot see these flat files over there. So what we have to do, why we use SQL, we extract our required information only. So for that one, we use these queries. Like in these queries, what we will do, we will only select the what columns we needed. Okay, we don't, if they have 1,000 columns, but we needed only 20 or 30 columns, we will name those one over here. Okay, so we will extract this. Similarly, which rows, and similarly in the advanced queries, we only select the based on some criteria. We select those rows. Like for 2020, if the year is like change this one. Ask it that when remove this top 10. Ask ChatGPT that I only want 2022 order date data. So it will change that one. Select order date, country, or something from this one. Based on that, the order date is equal to from year 2020. You're getting the idea? So
Yeah,
we will only extract the 2020 data, not the whole of data for 2021,
I
2,
only
3,
want
and
the
1.
data for 2022. Good. Write me the query for getting this data, but only for 2022.
A column the name is order date.
What?
Column name, tell him the column name is order date.
Column name is order date.
See, now this will extend where year of this one is equal to 2022. So it will give only top 10 of those one. If you place static over here, or you remove this one, it will get all of those one. Okay.
Okay.
Copy this one, execute over there. Currently, you see data coming from enter.
What enter?
I was just saying over there that you can have those queries as well. Previous query you also have over here.
Oh,
You only execute this one, not that one. So you know that I have written these 5 or 6 queries. Enter. Yes. Execute the previous one. You see, top 10, it includes 2021, 2022, 2020, 2023. Top 10 rows of that table. But when you execute this one, it only give you the top 10 of that one.
mm.
Okay. Now you can change over here. Top 10, remove top 1000, then it will give you the 1000. If you add some columns over here, it will add columns over there. Add some column.
Do I just put commas in there or add the rest of them, or do I have to put them in parentheses?
You can do the more both. The parentheses are made by when changing it to like it is not conflicting with the code.
Ship
Maybe
mode
sometime
customer.
it may be underscore ship mode. There is underscore. Yes, it is underscore over there. Customer ID, this is not finding over there. Customer ID.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I want this. If you remember that we just write 1 or 2 queries, then we will move to the Okta. What is the total sales in 2020? How we will calculate that one?
1 second. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second, Abdul. I'm just making sure that the recruiter calls. I'm not missing anything.
In which company you are giving an interview now? What is their business?
I've already gotten a couple of recruiters reach out to me. I don't even know the companies, but there's one that was he just submitted to me. To the one that you just heard, that's for St. Jude, LSEC, which is a
It is, sorry,
nonprofit.
what business?
The St. Jude is a nonprofit hospital for children that have cancer.
Okay.
But I mean, these recruiters come to me all day long with all types of job offers and opportunities. It's like nonstop, ongoing. So it
What is
just
the basic rate over there for these kind of jobs? Like, if someone knows Excel and like not much of that one, or what is his pay
I would
scale? Or
say I don't know if there's necessarily a median salary of any type that I'm aware of, but I would say you can expect to make maybe about at the minimum 40 to 50 would be minimum, I think.
40 $50 per hour?
Minimum, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
$40 would be the minimum, yeah. I would say so.
Okay. I have the idea because from our countries they got the, I mean, less amount, but in those countries from US, I also have the idea. And the Power BI, maybe it's like if he's in the Power BI and he is a good developer, maybe he's getting 80s, no, around 80, maybe more
$80
than
an
that.
hour?
Yes.
Who's making that kind of money?
It's my idea that in because on our when I see the profile from the US, they have this kind of rate. But if someone experienced like my mentor, he is taking $40 per hour uh, while remaining while sitting over here in Pakistan. He is
Wow.
doing the jobs in the US and making money $40 per hour, full time jobs.
Wow. That's really good for Pakistan salary, I think.
Exactly. He has left that job 3 years ago, and in like 2 years, he is saying that he has earned more than that. He was he has earned last 15 years doing the job in the Pakistan industry
Mm,
because it was in dollars, and he has only one job that took him to the that much amount. But he is much expert in SQL, and he was also teaching from last 7 to 6 years.
got it.
Now his current rate is 40 plus. He's sometime make 35, 40, and these kind of things. Previously, when he started from $15.
Right,
His
yeah.
initial jobs in 2020 one, he was doing on 15 to maybe $20. That's it. But
Mm,
with the passage of time, he is a top rated plus over there as he has earned more than I think 30 million.
$13 million?
$30 million. It is like half million, around $500,000. He has made
US
in
dollars.
yes, US dollars
Wow, that's
in
pretty
that
good.
3 and 4 years.
Gotcha. Okay. That's awesome. Abdul, can you give me a moment? I need to just get a cup of tea real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay, I also take some rest
Okay, sure. Thanks.
in 5 minutes.
Sure. Hey, Abdul. Hello?
Yes, Shafi.
Yeah, so sorry about that, man. I'm back.
Okay. I think we should conclude it in 10 to just practice some 2 or 3 more queries, and for Octa we can meet tonight because
Sure.
I'm exhausted now and want to sleep.
Okay. What time can you meet tonight?
We can meet if you are available for that 10 to 11.
Okay, that's
Right?
fine. Let's do 10 to 11.
Okay.
I'll put that in my
So,
calendar.
okay.
Okay, now what do you want to do? Do a few more, or do you want to end, or what do you want to do?
Okay, because we have just it is we have it's in a flow. Write 2 or 3 queries, then we will be closing. Just
Okay.
be quick and wait 10 to 20 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So where if you see over here, like just calculate those things. If this query it is written by just take it over. We just want for 2021 the just how to calculate the whole sales. How we will do that one? Do you have an idea? Like try to write a query where you will calculate the sales for 2022. Okay, start writing from next line. Select.
Sales from 2022. So
So what comes to your mind? Select. So what function we want to same? We want to sum the sales. Okay. So we will use no. We don't want all columns. We are just summing the sum. Okay, sum parenthesis sales. Okay, from where you can guide that take the guide from the upper query from GSS. Order date. So year of order date, this is another function. Okay, so it calculates, it tell the that in order date when it calculates year of that one, and that compares with the 2022. Run this query. Okay, you see over here in the go to that Excel. Excel, you have closed that one. The A here where you have put the pivot table. In the Excel where you have put the pivot table for 2022, this is the number.
I'm sorry.
I say compare this number for 2022 you have calculated in the SQL. In the
Um,
SQL in the SQL query which for which year you have calculated the whole sales. Which year?
point. Which year did I calculate the whole sales in 2022?
2022 for the go to the SQL Management Studio. So if you see over here, for 2022, you have calculated and it is 3.4 million. Same is over there, okay, for 2022. But no, if you have noticed, so if we want to make this table, the new table, a name, like we want to make this name, so how we will name it? We will go there. So this is, we have checked over here. This is correct. Okay, if you write over 2023, then it will be like this one, 4.299. Go there and write 2023, then you will get this value. Execute this. Okay, you get that?
Yeah.
It is same. Okay. So I'm just telling you that in the this query, when we sum this sales, okay, and sales, like when we put in parenthesis something over here, okay, so what we will put over here, that will be the column name, okay. So select
Okay.
some sales and it will return in like that one, okay. So yeah, just put it over here and write it the total number of sales in 2023. Put two brackets and write sales to in 2023 and execute again. After the sales, no, after the, yes, here.
Like this?
Big brackets, the this, and write what you want to be the name of that column. Okay, so this is actually sales in 2023. So write down sales in 2023. Execute this one now. You see over here, you can name the column of output column by giving that name like this one. Okay.
You can write on here what you wanted to show here as far as in the column name.
Exactly.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Now you have this select from and where you can check these things.
Repeat that one more time.
Okay, I told you that now you have practiced this thing, this query that contains select from and also where. So where we have this condition, so this conditional and select, here we have put this sum function over there. Okay, so this is how we manipulate the data and get the required results by writing the query. So this was like, if someone asks you to this question that what is the 2023, and you can write this uh, like this query. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's write another one. Uh, okay, where write a query where for a specific country, like where location is. Can we write this query again? So we don't want to sum over here. We just want where the country, for one country, I want the all data. So select all. All means select all. Select all. All means, sorry, this, yes. Select all from gss.dbo. Where country is
Country is what?
check some country name. like which country you want. Yes, Australia.
Then
For country, put the brackets.
yeah,
Okay, execute this one. If we have the Australia like written over there, maybe this is case sensitive. Maybe this is case sensitive. Just try it or check from the GSS.
invalid column name. It has to be a column.
Column name is country. Check the column name there. Okay, this will not. We have to something select all. Instead of all, we have to some write something over there. Not we will like use this one. Select sum of sales. So check this thing.
Check what? I'm sorry.
Can you write it to the chat GPT? What is the error over there? I think there is no error. Why it is not executed?
What is the error in this query that I'm writing in SQL?
Oh, Australia, you have to put in the code, single code. If you see over here, we only filtered. So when we apply filter somewhere, this is how we have filtered data. Like if someone says that just give me data there, if there is segment is like corporate, okay, what you will do, you will write it here that where segment is equals to corporate. So you will only extract the data of corporate.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Yes.
so this is how we extract the data. Okay.
Okay.
Apply this one. Similarly, next time what we will do, we will use this giants and also we will write some other queries. Okay, for
Okay.
this. Okay, Rafi, that's all for today. Let's meet tonight if possible for you. For
Yeah,
that
10
1
o'clock. I'll be
hour.
ready. I'll be available at 10 o'clock sharp. I'll call you then.
Okay, we will start the Okta. I have read something. So, what my plan is, we should continue with that one. You have messaged me that is coming in the next lecture, the next lab. Like the lab six, we are, I think we are doing, or maybe five we have done. In the six, those all topics will be covered that you have mentioned, like OIDC, authentication code, PKCE, single sign on, or URI. We have discussed SAML and we have configured that Salesforce with the SAML. And in
Okay.
that, we have other things like, if you remember, we copied those codes and we configured that thing. But when we will be doing the OIDC configuration or integrating the app with the OIDC, then these other things that you just wrote over there on the message like URI and PKC, these kind of codes. so that are necessary for OIDC. Okay, tokens. These are actually tokens, and these will be discussed in the coming when we will finish this one, which we were doing. And actually, when we will do these two, what you can say, date 5 and 6, at the end you will be able to have both integration discuss. Okay, SAML
Okay.
as well as OIDC. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. See you, Rafi.
Okay. Thanks, man. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's save it, by the way.
How do I save it?
Go to the file and save it, and save it in some story. So write some name that this is the query. So when you will double click on this, you will have this code. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.